Forward, march, left, right, left, right, left,
When I think about it, man, when I
forward.
graduated high school, I never once thought that I was going to go ahead and continue on with my higher education or anything like that. But it wasn't until, good gosh, it was almost like I was already in the Marine Corps for almost 16 years, going on 17 years, when I finally had to sit down with another staff NCO that was down there in charge of the education program for our detachment down in Fort Sill. And he's like, hey, look, this is the perfect time, the perfect opportunity for you to be able to go back to school and to actually, get a degree. So once you get out of the service, you're going to have a degree to fall back on because as we all know nowadays, whenever you get out of the service, there's so many jobs that are out there, but a lot of the opportunities that you're going to get are going to be like very, very like entry level positions because a lot of the jobs out there now require you to have some kind of a degree, whether it's an associate's, a bachelor's, and a lot of jobs are even, expecting you to already have a bachelor's or even a master's degree in order for them to even consider hiring you for the job that they want you to do. So, knowing that I had the education benefit, and for me, I came in 1995, so I still had the Montgomery GI Bill, and also, being eligible to, get the post 9/11 education benefit. So, along with, you can get help while you're in active duty service through the education department to help you to pay for a lot of those classes. So I started my journey there, and now when I look back at it, I'm grateful that I had somebody that wanted to look out for me to ensure that I was able to get that higher education. So once I got out of the service, I had something to fall back on. Not only that, but I'm thankful that my wife was very, very supportive of me to allow me to be able to continue with my education once I got out of the service. For me, the way it was is when I was still on active duty, the goal was for me to get out of the service and get a job with Border Protection, Homeland Security, and continue to do something to provide security for this great nation of ours. And, so I started getting a degree in emergency management while I was still on active duty service. And I almost finished that degree. Man, I was only 3 classes away from getting my bachelor's degree, math. Math for Marines, my goodness. That is the one that I had a hard time with to getting my math degree. And so it made it difficult for me to get that completed. So once I got out of the service and I started working for the VA, I've always had a passion for photography, for videos and stuff like that. So I started doing research and wondered what I could actually do and use my education benefit in order for me to be able to get some kind of degree and to be able to help me. Now, once I got out of the service, all service members go through a lot of crap while they're on active duty, whether it's in a combat environment or maybe they go to some kind of traumatic event or whatever it may be. So a lot of us do suffer from PTSD. And it took me for years to actually realize and understand that, hey, there was some traumatic events that occurred that are affecting me in the way that I react and the way that I act now that I'm out of the service and I'm out of active duty. If it wasn't for my wife, I don't think I would have ever gone and got any kind of help or anything. But I found ways to cope, to understand, to be able to actually help me with stressful situations or anything like that. And that is where photography and videography came into play for me. I found the Academy of Art University out there in San Francisco. And man, I started going through my associate's degree. And then I got done with that and I went for my bachelor's degree, all in photography and lighting and understanding how to manipulate all those things in order to make, your videos and all that stuff and everything better. Once I graduated from that in 2019, I decided to pursue my master's degree. And, I looked hard and I like, what, do I want to get my master's degree in photography and be able to use that once I graduate from the school? But then I was interested in getting more proficient and better at doing actual video with lighting, with shadows, all that stuff and everything. So I signed up to get my master's degree in communications and media technology, which is what I ended up getting, and I graduated with honors in 2021. And I was lucky enough that they even chose me, a freaking Marine, a jarhead, to be the valedictorian to make the speech for all of my fellow graduates there at the school. So that has helped me a lot, and it helps me to cope with the PTSD.